Hey guys, Scott DeSalvo, the Chicago injury lawyer, shooting you another video. And today's topic is, in my car crash case, how much money will I get for pain and suffering, right? So the first thing you need to know is, like, when it comes to damages like lost wages, it's very simple. We take your salary or your hourly rate times how many days you missed. And if we can show in your medical records that you've been ordered off work by a doctor, that really strengthens the case. But it's a matter of simple math. So if you make $20 an hour and you missed a total of 100 hours, it's $2,000, right? If you lost 10 hours, it's $200, right? So wage loss is simple. And then medical is simple too. We claim the full amount of your medical bills. But what about pain and suffering? Well, you're probably watching this video because when you think about it, it's like there's really no schedule for pain and suffering. And so really what it comes down to, what you need to know is, it comes down to how permanent your injury is, how serious your injury is. And a lot of lawyers will tell you, it depends on how big your medical bills are, but they use the amount of the medical bills as a proxy for the seriousness of the injuries, right? So years and years and years ago, it used to be that almost every case settled somewhere between 2 to 4 times the medical bills. So if you had 10,000 in medical bills, your case would settle. If it was a tough case, it might settle for 2025. If it was like a normal standard case, it would settle for 30. If it was a big case, it might settle for 40 or 50, right? Very, very common, but that was the old days. And a lot of people I talk to still think 3 times the medical bills is normal, meaning you're getting 10,000 for your medical bills and then 10,000 for loss of a normal life or pain and suffering and disability, right? So it doesn't really work that way anymore. So insurance companies have become very, very tight about these cases. The good news, though, is if you have a profound injury, like a brain injury or CRPS or FND, which is functional nerve disorder, or any sort of permanent injury, there's very limited treatment they can offer you for those injuries, but they're actually very serious and very permanent. So in cases like that, you can't say, okay, give me 5 times the medical bills. Listen, your medical bills may be $20,000, $30,000 on a CRPS case, but you may be in a wheelchair. You may have daily pain that there's almost nothing they can do to help you for the rest of your life. In a case like that, the medical bills, a multiple of the medical bills in no way is a good proxy for the amount of the injuries. And then usually what I do in a situation like that is I start looking at what the policy limits are. So if somebody has 100,000 in coverage on a CRPS case or some other serious permanent injury, I immediately demand the full policy limits. You'll also find some people with 300,000 in coverage, $500,000 in coverage, or sometimes $500,000 plus another 500 on top of it. That's about the extent. If you are injured by an individual in a motor vehicle accident or in some other way, it's pretty rare for them to have more than $500,000 or $1 million in coverage. If somebody does, it probably means that they're very, very wealthy and they're buying very high amounts of coverage to make sure that they don't get held personally responsible for a giant verdict. But that's so rare, it's almost no point in talking about it. But when it comes to a corporation or a company, $1 million policies with umbrella policies are very common. So that's why lawyers always look for, in a motor vehicle accident or any kind of accident, they're looking for corporate involvement because the insurance amounts are very high. So, if you have CRPS, that means you have 6 out of 10 pain every time you try to walk around and 4 out of 10 pain just sitting still for the rest of your life. What number of millions of dollars is ever really going to compensate you for that? I mean, I don't know about you, but there's no amount of money you could offer me for that to become my life. So if somebody has $1 million or $2 million or $3 million, I'm going to demand that amount. And if they don't want to pay it, we'll go to court. Let's see what a jury has to say about it. But, the truth is those levels of insurance or corporate injuries where there's like $1 million and a $10 million umbrella policy, those are quite rare. Those sorts of injuries, those sorts of cases are quite rare. And in those cases, what you'll do if you have a good lawyer who's smart is they will try to settle your case without putting you through the trauma and the delay of litigation. They'll try to get a number that makes sense. But, there are witnesses called life care planners who are experts at looking at your current expenses, what your doctors have to say about your future medical and life needs. And then they calculate for the rest of your life what the costs are. And when you have a life care planner, it can really, they can concretize and explain the value of the cases like that. So that's something to keep in mind. It's something for you to think about when you have a substantial case with substantial pain and suffering and injuries, and enough insurance to pay for it. You need a lawyer who knows how to hire a good retained medical witness who can explain the entirety of your medical care. You need an attorney who's worked with life care planners, who's hired them before, used them before, because those are the sorts of witnesses who will maximize the value of your pain and suffering settlement or verdict at trial. And remember, if you watch my videos, these cases settle based on fear. If the insurance company is not afraid about what's going to happen to them at trial, well, they're not going to make you a fair offer. They got to be a little afraid about what's going to happen to their bottom line if they don't settle now. So you need a lawyer who knows how to put the cases together pre-suit, and you need a lawyer who can bring home the bacon if the case goes into litigation. So those are some things for you to think about regarding pain and suffering. It could be, insurance companies want to settle pain and suffering on smaller case for $500 or $1,000. And the truth is, going to trial in a case where you had a neck or backache for a month or two, juries don't open up the wallet. Like they generally are, they're like, okay, so you had a sore neck, you didn't lose any time from work, but you had a sore neck and you had therapy for like a month and a half. What do you want? $1,000, maybe $2,000? They're not motivated to give, but in the serious and permanent injuries, they are. But it's important to concretize those effects with witnesses from your life who can substantiate your problems, and then also make sure the lawyer's putting the rest of the case together with good doctors, a life care planner, and other witnesses as appropriate. So anyway, I guess that's all I have to say on that topic for now. If you have a question that you'd like me to shoot a video on, please feel free to leave it in the comments section. I read my comments, and I'll shoot you a custom video if you like. If you or anyone you know needs an injury lawyer and you would not mind sending them my way, I'd surely appreciate it. You can do that for free consultation, and you can call anytime, night or day. That number is 312-500-4500, 312-500-4500. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer, or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.